All right, so we're back in the shop, and I started stripping my voice. Wow. So I started stripping the frame down some more. I got the fuel line out of it, the brake lines, all that stuff out of it. Now I went ahead and I welded this brace in the front because we are going to cut this section out, the tower or spring perch, whatever you want to call it. Cut that out. That cross member is going to come out. Everything's going to come out. But I think I'm going to leave this brace in here completely until it comes back from powder coat, because that way all I have to do is once it's powder coated, I can cut it here, grind that little spot, and then I'll probably paint these front frame horns black up in this front section. You'll never see it. It'll be okay. That way I know this front end doesn't spring on me, because like I said, I got to cut this out, this cross member out, and this cross member comes out and stays out. Everything in the back's looking good. I got new body mounts. I got to get the air hammer out. I got to knock those rivets off for the shocks, and we should be looking pretty good. But first things first, well, I guess now we can start cutting all this out. I'll get the plasma, and I got somebody that already wants this twin I-beam section or twin I-beam piece, whatever. I told him he can have it. So what I'll do, I'm gonna come in here and probably cut this along here with the plasma so all this can drop out of the way. Same thing with this, just cut this here, drop it all out of the way, not worried about it. He just basically wanted the beams. And then the back section, I'll hit these rivets right here. Hopefully the whole thing falls off. So that's our plan for this. Get this thing stripped, ready for the new front end. We'll fit the new front end. It's actually sitting right out there on the trailer. We'll fit that, make sure everything's good, all that stuff, and then once we say yes, it's good, we'll hop to the back. Actually, we might do this chocks tomorrow, depending on when the stuff comes in. You know, we're just playing it by ear. Get the shocks and stuff done, and then this frame will be ready for powder coat. Then I gotta cut the bumper off, and you know, I got stuff to do. All right, so less talking, more working. I really expected that to go boing, but it didn't. Damn, I wanted it earlier. Another day, we're back in the shop. So we went ahead, and as y'all saw, we got everything cut off of this thing. We got all the stuff cut off the back. We got the bumper off of it. We got all this stuff. We got to come in here, clean this up. I grabbed some shocks. I went ahead and got the shock towers knocked off of it. So everything back here is looking pretty good. We're looking solid. Up here in the front, I went ahead and I did some cleaning on all this. And on those Crown Vic front ends, they have lineup pins. And what you do is you split that, go in 1 inch, total all the way across, drill your holes. So now I just gotta drill a 3/4 inch hole there, 3/4 inch hole there. I'm gonna use this Harbor Freight Christmas tree. Christmas is ruined. So we'll get those drilled. We'll grab the forklift and we'll go ahead and grab that off the trailer, bring it in here, put it underneath, get that all settled. That way when that outcast stuff comes in, we bolt in the top, we set it in place, drill our holes, and we're good to go. And then I want to get all that squared away today. Tomorrow, maybe tonight, but tomorrow or tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the C-notch. Now, this truck doesn't necessarily need the C-notch, but if I ever decide to go lower with the truck, I wanna make sure that this is ready for that. So I don't wanna powder coat the frame and everything, and then later on decide to C-notch it. So I'm just gonna do it now, get it over with, get it out of the way, and then hopefully Friday, we can get this to powder coat, and then we can start putting this all back together Saturday or something like that. Be sitting real good, and get the engine stuff sitting in it, build a cross member for the transmission, and then get the cab back on it and really be rocking and rolling. So, let's get the front end in here. What in the baby Jesus? Finally. We got the front end, and we got everything stripped off that we think we need stripped off. Got all the power steering pump stuff off it. These are those lineup pins I was talking about. A 1, a 2. And they go where we drilled the holes. Right there and right there. Now, is that right? Is that what you're supposed to do? I really don't know. So, we'll find out here in a minute. So, we're gonna grab the forklift, drive it underneath here, pick it up to it. Hopefully it works. Because if not, I drilled holes in my kid's truck frame for no reason. So, I got a weld machine. Look, that says EPA on the spring. Oh. Anyways, let's give this a whirl. And just so y'all know, I did not certify this man on this forklift. I'm just taking the risk.
Learn as you go, man. Learn as you go.
I'd rather not learn as you go on a forklift. Yeah,
It's what it is.
Just throw that out. You gonna be able to guide that in there?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. I need that here. Oh, you want me to guide you?
Yeah, who?
Okay. Hold it. All right, come up. Like, it's insane what using a tape measure will do for you. Like, I use a tape measure and this is like dead on. That is insane. Wow.
That's impressive.
I'm just gonna call it a night there.
I mean, it literally went straight up.
Like, look at that. I mean, absolutely perfect. And it's because I used a tape measure. I really did. I checked it twice. Not 3 times, I checked it twice. You go a third time, you're not confident in yourself. So, all right, that's in. So now we'll come in and we will clamp this and clamp this. We'll drill these lower holes, and then that'll be the mount for the bottom. And then the new Outcast one mounts here, and then it mounts there, and then the subframe's in. I'm proud of myself.
Proud of you too.
I did it. I did it. I went ahead and I drilled these holes, this hole, this hole, this hole, and this hole. Ignore the Swiss cheese look, you know, we're not really worried about that. But I stole these 5/8 bolts from my Dodge for the, what do you call it, the 4-link. I'm gonna get some grade 8 5/8 bolts tomorrow, but these will work for now to get the front end bolted up in here, and we know everything's good, so that as soon as the upper half shows up tomorrow, bam, go ahead and do that, and then I can work on the C-notch on the rear. So now we're gonna take the front end, put it back, bolt it in, and leave it for now. And he's still not good at the forklift.
Certified.
Ah, come on with it! Point proven.
Dang.
Come on.
Dang, but it wasn't recording. Alright. Come on with it. That latch messed me up.
Sure it did.
It did.
Okay. Alright.
Too far?
Probably. Go up.
Go back.
Yeah, back. Alright, that's good. Go up. Alright, go up. So the front end's bolted in. Like I said, I just gotta get those other pieces to get the top holes punched and then those lower arms done. I went ahead and I made up 2 C-notch pieces. So I decided I am going to C-notch it 3 inches. So it's gonna come up right here, straight across, down. We'll cut all that out, weld that piece in here, and then I'm gonna put a piece of plate on the outside to kind of cap it off, and I'll seal weld all that, well, all the way around, be strong enough. This frame is already, they're thin as it is. So we'll get that knocked out tomorrow, get all that cleaned up, get those holes and stuff done, and then we'll go ahead and strip all this frame back down, and then off to powder coat it goes. And then it come back and we put it back together. I can't tell you all the color yet. So it's late, it's hot, it's a school night. I'm sweating it up. So I'm gonna call it there. I got pretty far. I got where I pretty much wanted to be. So I'm gonna close down the shop for tonight, and we'll be back out here tomorrow. Try to get this thing into a, you know, whatever, ready for powder coat. That's what we're going. That's what we're shooting for. It's the next day, and we're back in the shop. We already been at it a little bit because we ain't got a whole lot of time. We're trying to get some stuff done. You know what I mean? So come to find out, I needed a through bolt. Well, the kit that I bought, it goes down, it uses the same alignment, but instead of having to build a box with the spacer and stuff, it's built in to go all the way down the frame. So it looks good. So we went ahead, welded some BOM tube in between there. So we're good to go there. Pablo's working on getting all this stuff bolted up. Real nice stuff. We got a bolt there to hold that in place, and then we drill these, then we pull all this off, drill these 2 from the bottom, and we're good to go. After we do that, we just gotta drill, I marked them somewhere, right there for the motor mount, and then right here in the front for the sway bar. And we're good to go, and the front end's done. And once Pablo gets all this stuff drilled out and everything, he gets the awesome task of taking it all apart.
Yay.
Yay! While Pablo's up there dilly-dallying with that, I'm gonna go ahead and come in here and I'm gonna cut this out. I made these notches last night, so all we're gonna do is cut that out, put that in there, weld it out. I might plate the inside a little bit, haven't totally decided. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Actually, I need to cut that rivet off to get that out. But I'm gonna have to cut that. Seems like all that can stay. We're gonna cut that line, weld it all out. I might actually plate the outside. We'll see. Get that welded in there, and we'll see how I feel about it. I gotta come in here and clean all this stuff up, because this is off to powder coat tomorrow morning. Tomorrow. So we really gotta get all of this done. So no more talking. We're gonna get to it. Yeah. Music, right?
Nice.
I went ahead, got it all cut out. As you can see, whenever I made this top, I made the bottom a little bit wider. So whenever I stick this in here, I have a little overhang. I can keep this flush, but then I have overhang here, and it gives me surface area to weld to. So, let me get this tacked in, weld her out. I don't have one. I need a welding hood. Well, we have a C-notch, or whatever you want to call it. So that's good. I'm actually gonna call it there with the C-notch, because like, I don't know, to me, dude, that is really hot. So it's all welded in, looking good. So now we're gonna go to the other side, get the other side cut up to this, and then we're gonna start cleaning up all this stuff. Super simple, not overthinking it, just getting the notch in here, getting it done. Centered with the axle, good. I gave it a bunch of leeway front back because you just never know. So like I said, I'm gonna get the other side caught up to this, and then we'll come back and we'll check in with Pablo here in a minute. How you doing, Pablo?
Good.
Okay, and then we're gonna get the stuff cleaned up. So we got the other side caught up, and we're C-notched in the rear. We're gonna call it a day on the rear. We're good to go. I'm not mad about it. I like it. I came in and I actually tapered this side a little bit, just in case whenever that shock's here, we have good clearance. Pablo's been hard at it. He's got the front stripped down. He got the control arms, the struts, everything off it. All we gotta do now is drill this hole here, this hole here, and this hole here. But we gotta make sure these are centered, because this can move in and out to help with your toe. And that should be that for that. Yeah, and then now I'm gonna drop the rear end out of it. He's gonna finish drilling those, take that off, and she's ready for powder coat. It's been a good, really only worked on it like 3 days this week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a lot of work. C-notch, Crown Vic front end. And just so you know, this is all after work, after hours stuff. We both have full-time jobs every day. So, we're looking pretty good. Get the rear end out of this thing and get it on the trailer so I can take it to get coated in the morning. Frame is completely stripped. It's on the trailer. I'm gonna strap it down in the morning. It should be fine just like this for now. I got everything else in the bed of my truck for powder coat. Got the frame, subframe's over there. I gotta grab that. Shop's a wreck, but that's fine. It is what it is. We still gotta figure out what we're gonna do with the rear end and all that stuff. We'll see. We'll come back to that. That's not super critical at this moment, but the main thing is frame is ready to go. It's late. I gotta pick up a little bit. I gotta move Gilligan inside, but I'm gonna get a short night of sleep. A short night of sleep. Yeah, whatever. And then be right back at it tomorrow. So that's gonna be it for this. Subframe fits, Crown Vic front end, whatever you wanna call it. C-notch is done, all that stuff is done. And she's off to get pretty. And then we start building this thing, because we're down to, I think, 4 weeks now. We got 4 weeks to have this truck running, driving, and on the way to Kentucky. So, there it is.